no one's here yet. Amazing. Okay. Now, as you can probably see, this is a brown canvas. And I didn't know they didn't match in that sense, but I think somehow we can use it to our advantage because that's sort of important. Now, I don't really know what to paint. I was thinking very originally some buildings, but I don't really know. So I want to find a color. I feel a bit more juicy, mainly because I haven't had my refill of Pink Monster, but that's okay. It happens. I think we can firstly maybe establish some sky. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, I haven't replaced the water, which I usually forget to do, but I haven't done it now as well. So I would have to do it, of course. Amazing. I did that very, 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 very fast. Now, I have water, meaning I can make this water soluble and have thus more of it. Is necessary because I want a less purple blue, so probably I chose the wrong blue to put in the thingy. So I'll just put on more blue. No, I mean more white, so I can get it lighter. That was kind of a lot. Oops. It happens. Now, I mean, I maybe could have talked about how awesome and like what cool, amazing adventures I've been on, but I can I haven't done that much, so it would be kind of hard. I need to switch the stream. Because It was annoying. Purely. Only that's why. In a weird way. I don't like ants. No. I think I'm drowsy and sleepy because I haven't really woken up. Because I am stupid. That I am. Probably a bit dumb. I think that's why. Blasted. Thank you. I found it kind of ironic since I am kind of exhausted for no particular reason at all. So it seemed like I would have a lot of energy, but I don't. I am currently painting the sky. I don't know how, while I'm succeeding in my possible creative moments of knowing what to paint, but I am hopefully getting there. Uh, sort of. I won't brag about myself just yet. Um, I was watching someone play a horror game. Oh, yeah, this is maybe a bit boring. I mean, usually the pacing is the same, but there's no reward. That makes sense. No, actually, it was frustrating. They couldn't figure out how to play. Oh no, that's not. That's not good. I feel sorry for them. Or maybe they was just pretending to have some sort of clout online. Perhaps getting gaslit, read left and right. Uh, that's not good for him. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it happens. I'm not sure I'm correctly making a nice guy, but I will sort of try. I don't know what my idea are for it to just be sort of not really in the center, but still like right here. I don't think my brain has come that far enough in the process. Yeah, probably. I should just get the line a bit more straight. That looks bit, a bit closer. Yeah. I will have to water it down just a bit. Oh, some emotes. I quite frankly, honestly, don't know quite where the gravity is, but it does look straight. And I should probably get some more blue. I just need to think about which blue I put in it. And then I have to try to make the same color yet again. Very blessed emotes. Yeah, they have their charm. I can't say no to that. Blue lipstick. I no. It's a blue sky. It's uh, at least what I'm trying to do. But I'm trying to be meticulous on how I swing my pencil around it for some sort of comical effect. I don't know uh, quite what. Ever throw someone on the table. Uh, I won't throw people into all my stuff. Um, I don't believe I will be doing that. That's a good habit to avoid. Yeah. I would like to hurt people, but I wouldn't like to ruin my stuff while I do it. That seems a bit inconvenient. My chair has all-wheel drive. I'm glad. Did you buy the new update pack for the chairs? I'm not quite sure what you expected as a response. Race, yeah. My chair doesn't have wheels. We can't race actually. I'm sorry. Your response has more personality than most streamers. Thank you. I will take that as a compliment. I am trying to build buildings, and at least as whereas I outline the sky, it does sort of make sense, and I'm sort of proud of it. I'm watching this show called Quicksand because it like falls down. It looks sort of Minecrafty. Uh, I wasn't quite expecting that, but it's okay because it happened quite clearly. On Netflix. Okay. I don't know what it's about or why it's relevant in any sort of type or way, but I am pleased to get to share this information with you. Some girls having flashbacks about a rifle accident in her school. We should share everything. Like right now, you should know I'm smelling waffles right now. That is, I'm also on waffles. Um, I don't think uh, we're that psychic and interconnected to each other. At least not now. Things are going very, very slow, and I shouldn't have drank in my pink monster yesterday. I should have saved it for today. Definitely. You've made me want waffles. And a nice bitmoji. Thank you very much. Amazing. And bounce them over to you. I'll shoot some webs. uh, if that was physically possible, I would have loved it. But since it's not, I'm gonna give you a 0. uh, I'm thinking we need some possibly uh, dark brown. And I will probably have ish, like sort of the same shade as the brown I've already painted on, but it will be something different, so it's not quite the same. Oops. Yeah. I'll if I could clone myself, yeah, then you could take your clone back here and then I could use it as a servant for me to make waffles. That's a good idea. Thank you so much. It's a good thing you know precisely how to make a clone. Hello Gutenberg, how are you doing? Uh, what am I painting? You asked so nicely. I'm trying to paint like a sky and uh, some buildings. I am sort of mapping out where I want the terrain and where I want the houses to be. And so far, I've done the sky, and then further on, we're now uh, doing the ground where you usually would walk. Uh, I'm thinking of having it like small and like ribble stone coned things uh, and have a sort of railing, and then have more things in the back to have a horizon line somewhere around here, and I can fill it up with a lot of greenery and sort of thing, and then a river, and yeah, and it would be like the houses started somewhere here and went further on, so they are three-dimensional houses, and I thought it would be nice to have sort of a corner cafe here, and then some apartment buildings over. I would assume that is not a it might happen. It's plausible. And I'll try to have some three-dimensional spaces. It's just a bit hard. Now, perfect. I would pretend. Maybe sort of like here, perhaps. That looks more realistic. People who say perpendicular scares me. Why does that word scare you? That don't really make no sense. Now, I think I should put in the wall colors. Now, I'm thinking to have a white-ish cafe with like windows, perhaps. But it can be sort of red, if that makes sense. So I will put a drop of the thing that makes it pink to have a very subtle undertone, you know, being like a bit uh uh you know, the word I'm thinking about, right? Yeah, that one. Of course. Thank you for understanding. Yeah, that looks sort of blue, but it happens. It's okay. It's not the world's end or anything. Anyway, I also want a yellow house. Yeah, I think that looked amazing. And to like, now make it that yellow. I'm gonna put some orange in here. you put puff in the Leviosa today? I already have. And that's why I regret not keeping my Monster, my energy drink. But, I mean, I could drink coffee. But, that's bad. Hello, the skate guru. Now, I have these blocks of shapes. Do you like them? Personally, I think this is the closest thing I get to modern art. New setup is nice. Thank you. I need you to be able to see it. So I have a big lamp making everything really, really bright. But I need the background, the blue color, to dry a bit more. I love the colors. Thank you. I'm going to do more with the shapes. I promise you. I would have to put on some hot water so I can have some coffee. Now, what do you think of bow squat? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. I've never heard of that in my entire life. So, forgive me for my ignorance. But I will start mixing some green color. Now I want it to be sort of bright, not necessarily too bright. Maybe I'll have to switch out the water as well, like the painting water, just in case I take the wrong cup. Scary face emoji. But I will have to get the thing. Just the best painter of all time. Well, okay, then I don't know him. I promise you, I did not spill coffee. his style is very cool. Unfortunately, he died at 27. Well, that's so he made a deal with like a crossroad demon. Then is all I'm hearing. Now, I wanted some greenery. I want it quite right about here. And here. And here. And here. And sort of here again. Now, this reminds me of a game from my past. What kind of game from your past? I am excited to hear about that. Sort of. Daggerfall, an RPG. I've never played that. I am not really a gamer. Those were the days. Yeah, I bet so. I mean, most likely a lot more fun. Amazing. How do you think about the You can't say big monster in chat, I'm sorry. I will introductionate you, and then skirtgur you. Why are you not drinking a big monster today? No, that is not allowed. Because it's not a big monster, it's a pink monster. And you sort of did an oopsie. That was amazing. I think my teens are over because I think coffee is good. Rest in peace. And yeah, my slurp glands don't work. I don't know what that means. But So it's comforting to see someone else sip coffee. Oh, that's good. I mean, it's the only form of energy I have. And it is not completely black because uh, I'm not 80. Um, not quite, at least. There's still some time left before that. Thank you myself for sneezing. It really itched. Now I'm going over with the green again. I don't know quite why, but I'll figure it out on a later occasion. No, not inside my coffee. Bless America? No, we don't bless America. We uh, shit in their dumpsters. Um, if that's how, uh, if that's what you do in America, I don't quite know. Uh, and I think that I'll leave it at that. I don't want to know quite much more. So, I think we should go with some different type of blue. To make the river. I'd like to see you try. Try do what? What are you blackmailing me for? What are you challenging me to do? You're just kidding. I support the right to do poop wherever the mood flies. Thank you. It's not all people that are as um, open-minded as you are. I really do appreciate it, and I feel comfortable being able to be in this very safe space. I like to think myself a Bob Ross of the memes. Thank you. I mean, I don't quite believe that myself. But you are, of course, allowed to feel that. amazing. It looks realistic, does it not? Now, quite honestly, I'm not that sure of what I would like to do next. I think maybe I should switch to water. I have stuff on my thingy. That's not fun. Now, you drink the way I used to. Oh. Yeah, you're welcome. I was thinking maybe I would have some blue where you kiss the whole bottle. Thank you. I mean, you're welcome. Uh, don't quite know what to say about that. But we will have some lighter blue. And we will redo the sky because why not? And because we're material girls and we only live like at least twice. So I think we're good. No. Maybe I can start here. Yeah, it looks prettier actually. A bit more bright and welcoming, like yeah, something like that. Certainly don't look like a girl. I certainly don't look like a girl. Um, do you want to look like a girl? Because I can help you look more girly like. You know how I always dress in like dresses and uh, ballerina shoes and so on and so forth. Okay. Oh, so you want to become a girl, and you'll really let me help you. Like seriously, I can't wait. I look forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. That's good. You will look like a princess. I promise you. Amazing. I like these shapes so far. No, I'm not quite sure what to do. I'm in love with the shape of you, and he's out here making compliments to himself constantly. And I get it. No one else is doing it. And a bit emoji. I mean, not a bit emoji, an emote. That's what you guys call them. No, I think I want to make the road a bit more gray. Now, how do you make gray things? I don't know. Uh, Sort of hard to think, but casually roasting me. You're not casually roasting you, you're giving yourself a really high ego. Now, I think maybe. I don't quite know. Maybe. What if I have some white, of course, and then I have some red, perhaps, and then some green, and then some blue. Some blue, some green, and some orange yellow. I think that would make it quite perfect. And then we have a lot more white. And we also have some more yellow. some more red. Not that much, but that stuff chat eats up, especially the bigger your chat gets. Yes, precisely. I'm quite proud of how you knew that. I am very impressed with your intelligence. Uh, Happy holidays. Um, Thank you. Now I am sort of flustered. I'm not capable of making the paint I sort of wanted, but maybe this is a good color as well. Maybe it looks. It doesn't quite look great. It looks very green. It's sort of dirty. I mean, that's okay. Actually, I don't. It can look dirty, but it's not. I didn't want initially a dirty color. No. Yeah, I don't quite know how this is going to come together and look realistic, but I, uh, I try. I, I, I want to make it pretty. No, it does sort of look a bit better. I'm not going to lie. Um, uh, you make me want food, and I am quite sad over that fact. No, I skadoosh. I mean, I need. I need to make like squares and like indications for some sort of democracy in like the bricks. Yeah, that makes sense. Do you agree? You make me want food. I can't not agree. I need this. Yeah. And now it's a bit more brown in the color, making maybe I can make some sort of smaller uh, stones going up here and sort of have that as a guide. For some reason, it seems to be making sense in my head. Some of them got a bit big unintentionally, but I think that's okay. And I'm making these brick shapes. Yeah. That's precisely what I'm doing actually. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Uh, yeah, you're welcome. A cat. Bitmoji. I mean, emote. What the fuck? Uh, I should. I should know the difference. It's just my mouth who doesn't know. I think my body is fighting off cold. I think. Uh, I think the coffee made my nose expand. Every time I drink water, I feel slightly decongested. Um, uh, that's not good. Have you tried to see a doctor? Maybe he can prescribe you with some funny pills. But I wasn't sneezing because I limited my time at the. So you were essentially choking on your own sneeze. That's not good. You could have died. I am putting small pieces of color down. I don't know what it is that like the pencil is like the paint is drying, that is making everything I paint be lighter and then it becomes darker. I mean, obviously it must be the paint drying, but I was hoping that I actually changed the color by mixing in some more brown, but it seems it does have little to no effect in the actual shade of the color that I'm trying to portray, which is sort of sad. I don't quite like that. This was going so well. Maybe I can put in some blue, make it a sort of colder color, maybe. That'll work just a tiny bit. At least in a tonal change for the edges. Maybe it should be a bit colder, emphasizing like a slight shadow. That could be something. If it'll want to do that, that is. Yeah, it sort of did that. Now let me just mix a bit more, with a bit more clear distinction of blue. And add those in here as well. And then a bit more of these, a bit randomly dispersed, so it has like an overall tone to them. Amazing. Now I'm doing stuff you can't even see. I realize that just in this instant. I'm thinking maybe we have some more yellow into what the original color was, perhaps, to make it definitely lighter, and to just play with the different sorts of shades you can get by mixing just a bit of it with a lot, you know, if that makes sense. Now, that was probably a bit much, but nonetheless, I will make some small pieces of this one a bit all around. Maybe sneak it a bit in here as well. Amazing, and now we can mix probably some green into this. Now, this is also maybe a bit lighter. I am so far very pleased of this painting. Yeah, I am. I like it so far. Now we need some warmer color, a bit more brown to emphasize and to fulfill the whole, like down here. And just in case, if it is sort of a slight differentiating shade, I will also build it up over the top of it, so it sort of makes sense. And I'm sort of filling in everywhere that is a bit too much green, I think. Yeah, because that made more sense. Or like everything I'm not quite happy with, like the way that it looks. And since I've done a lot of, you must score like 400. If I say like that, I'd have tree trunks. Mrs. Tree Trunks, you'd have like successfully kidnapped her. I no, it's not really that hard. It's just the most comfortable way to sit. Now, I want to show you how like small little poop 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 all over. Can you see it? It's sort of like small chunks of rocks, if that makes sense. You can see like the differentiating shades, and I am quite enjoying that. I just need to set myself up for doing that technique over all these buildings now, and like the sky and all. And I'm not quite up for that just yet. I don't know how, like, what if the buildings have windows. I mean, I hope that they have windows, like the XP Explorer page. The ground looks nice. Thank you. I am quite proud of it. I am thinking that maybe you'll have to look at my cat for a while because I want a cigarette. Perfect. It's she didn't compromise. It's made from real flora, right? I'm kind of dumb. But it happens. No. I hope you enjoy him. My source say this is a cat. It is actually a cat. He is very lovely. Now I'll see you in 5 minutes. I scared the cat. I'm sorry. But at least got a view of my cat. I don't think he enjoys with us. I don't know what that means, but my cat is adorable. He is truly the best. He doesn't really like being held with one hand, which I find understandable. I won't judge him, and I will just try to set up this. That's Sussy Meow. I will set this up a bit close so you can see better, at least the painting. Now that's important, and you can also see me, which I find enjoyable. I'm sort of tall, but that's okay. It happens. Now, I did a really nice job making like the patches, you know, the small tips to make color, I guess. Now, I don't know how to do buildings quite yet, so I will stick with the things I know and then handle the buildings later. So I will patch and like drip this river so it kind of looks flowy. I know all my brush strokes are downward, so it'll be a small challenge. But I hope to be doing that quite well. The canvas is still like moist and such, and I hope that it straightens itself out somehow. It is sort of wonky in all those ways, but nonetheless, we will have this bright brown. This bright green, blue. Maybe I am colorblind, but nonetheless, this blue, and we'll have lots of different shades of it. So I will make some dark colors, just a small dark tone of this blue, at least just slightly darker than what is initially painted on it, so I can sort of continue tapping or like brushing down on the canvas to make the small type of shades. So now that I have practiced doing this on the rocks, I am sort of knowing how to like emphasize the points I want, so I'm not as I'm a bit more carefree, at least in the water. I will try to have a bit more darker right where the horizon lies to, you know, the other like sort of tree part across the river, making the town seem like down to earth, sort of. It's a lot of maybe a lot of houses and such, but they are close to nature and they are capable of seeing the pretty things in life. And I am trying to like sort of have an idea of where like the edge of the river is, of course. I sort of, I don't want it to be a straight line because it needs to look a bit rocky in those senses. Now I can take this bit of lighter part and I can mix that with the other darker color to have sort of a medium tone and have some brighter parts around here. I will sort of have them gathered in small spots and sort of make the lines a bit flowy in the other sense, but still having these in like straight down still, you know? That makes sense. Sort of making it look kind of like a small clouds in the sky, being a bit more emphasized as well. I would have to try to make clouds, because I love clouds, of course. Why would I not want to try to make clouds? So I will mix this white in this really light blue, and then I will take the light blue and mix it with some dark blue to have a different shade of blue. That makes sense, like a light blue, but like a not a shade that we have necessarily used. And I will emphasize those sort of swinging of light that I have been trying to emphasize on. And hopefully it will translate as lighter. And not just dry up and be darker than I anticipated. Yeah, I think that looks kind of pretty. I want it to be have some even lighter spots, so I will mix the light blue with the white a bit more to have a that shade, but sort of, but a lot lighter. You know, it makes sense. I will take it off my brush so I have more of a shadowish color, you know, a bit watered down, and I will make these a bit more up and down to sort of smash them around the blast the colors around up and down, you know. That was thus trust. I mean, that is the title of this video: blasting, chill blasting. and I think I am doing that quite well. I think that looks great. I think I've outdone myself. Now, I washed the pencil, but I will have to do the sky now. See how it's lighter points and darker points, and it fits the harmony of the ground as well. It sort of makes it stick out a bit more. So far, there's not anything going on. I'm sort of making the environment a bit more in a uniform style. The the things, the life, the people, the small things around here that makes it look cozy will sort of still be in the same style as all this nature, but it will have to be a bit more man-made, if that makes sense. So I will take this bright blue, I will sort of have it all around. And a bit long, heavier and bigger strokes than I've used so far. And I will try to make the upper part of the sky a bit lighter than the downer part of the painting, if that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So maybe I should do that as well. Have some darker blue rising from the trees, at least a bit more prevalent. Filling the shades, knowing where the lines cross paths. And I am also pulling this a bit up, not to that big of a degree, but I will have to do it somewhat. Yeah, that looks good. And now I can make even brighter blue to make clouds. Okay, I back. How, why were you gone? What did you do? Did you make me waffles? Cause I'd be grateful. No, I have these brighter colors. I will try to make the clouds cohesive, like uh, have small shapes, but like make sense. If that makes sense. I'm trying to give them a personality, essentially, and that's kind of hard. Brush my teeth. Oh, why hadn't you brushed your teeth yet? I think that's a quite essential part of the day and something that needs to be done right away. Not that I am that good at brushing my teeth constantly, but don't tell that to my dentist because I will lie and pretend I do either way, so it won't work. I am actually going to the dentist on not next this week, but the next one. Oops. I am going to. He's going to check if my teeth are up to standards. And I do hope that they are. Now I want some more clouds still. I want one seeping in from right here and sort of majestically coming around into and sneaking itself on to the sky. I want a bit smaller cloud right here, up more closer to the horizon. I think that look quite pretty, giving the picture more depth, so there's not just floating ones, there are also clouds that go behind here. Amazing. I like that. Maybe want more of a cloud up here and then stretching itself a bit over here as well to mix it up a bit, make it a different type of cloud. Amazing. That that looks pretty. You can sort of see that. I notice when I stop for more than a week, I start to get edgy shit. Uh, I can't remember if I have waited that long brushing my teeth, but yeah, it gets a bit groggy and like sugary and like icky in the mouth, and that's not quite ideal. Now I have this blue, I don't know quite how will turn out, so I'm sort of moving it around the edges of the clouds, making them be a bit more mixed into the thingy. Maybe it'll just turn out as bright or like the same blue color, but at least I have some sort of differentiating texture, perhaps. Make probably some of these lines a bit more prevalent that they are skies down here. Yeah, that's probably enough. Now I need even lighter blue. But I want it to have some depth. So I will mix it sort of in with the other. And I will have a lot of the white in it, but I will have a bit of the dark blue as well. I should have meditated more. Right. Thank you for the correction. I feel kind of stupid, but I think everyone, at least at some point, need to feel a bit stupid. I am uh, taking the top of the clouds with more brighter color, so I can so we can see that the sky is higher, like not the sky, I mean, so we can see that the sun is higher up in the sky. It's not dawn, it's like in the middle of the day, sort of nice and cozy weather, some clouds, probably some wind, uh, but it is quite bright and like subtle natural lights in a sort of way. Maybe by making the brush strokes up and down, maybe it'll just look like rain clouds, but or like that it is raining for some reason, but I hope that me making these clouds and sort of all the other stuff in this thing, it makes it just uniform in a better sense. And it'll look like it is a part of the technique. Which is an important thing to put emphasis on. amazing. And I will have to take all this other white into uh, the bright blue color, and I have to mix that in somehow to have an even brighter blue color on top of the clouds. Now, ah, it is very tedious, and I think this technique, I mean, this way of doing it is very, 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 very slow. Uh, it takes a lot of time and effort to do this. Uh, so far, 9 out of 10 wouldn't quite recommend if you aren't focused and wanting to do and make something sort of quick. Then this isn't quite the thing to do. It is uh, quite uh, time consuming. That's the word. And sort of a pain in the ass. This cloud on top of there isn't the prettiest cloud, or it's just the other clouds being too resemblant of each other and making it not really fit. Maybe I need to make a cloud here as well. Fuck. I didn't prepare for that. Oops. But I can make it happen nonetheless. That sort of looks like it has been there the entire time, and I can fix it up to here as well, so it'll just peek around the corner, making it a bit more dragged out, perhaps. Now, I do believe that is good. Now I have to make a lot of green colors. You can see the clouds. That's good. That means I've done something right. they sort of look the same in like tone and color. There's not really anything popping off of them, and so far I think it's not quite necessary. Possibly I'd have to do the same with the landscape here, and then the same with the buildings, but also thinking of where the structure is going to be and exist. So I will make a lighter green, having a lot of light green in it, right the capsule next to this green, and I will just take a bunch and I will mix those together to have like sort of the same tone but a brighter one. And I'll probably just take a bit more so we're not overdoing it with the first one. And you really want to emphasize the brightness on top of the trees, sort of, I'd assume, but I want to make it look three-dimensional in some way, so I will also drag it down, like sort of like I did on the clouds. And I will re-establish the green territory. In my best effort. And yeah, doing that all the way around, dragging it as well down, but in a sort of different length, so I can probably make some tree trunks and establish trees, you know. I think that'd be a good idea if I am capable of mastering how to make. Maybe I would have to do that in a later occasion with a sort of different technique, yet the same, you know? If that makes sense. I hope it does. Amazing. Now I need to have the dark one and do the same for like underneath that. If that makes sense. And because I want you to be able to see like the edge of the river going up towards the trees, sort of nice in that sense. making the river like a lot smaller than what it currently is looking like. I should uh, paint with some different shades of greens as well. I don't have that many shades of green, but I can make it lighter. There is titanium white. I couldn't find it. No. That's probably a lot. Oops. I would want sort of a nice amount of the light green to lighten that up, but it makes it sort of minty, and I don't want it sort of minty looking, so I will take some of the darker green, and I will mix it into it so it will look less minty somehow. I don't quite know how that works, how color works, but it happens. I am as proud as I can be with pool noodles. Let's spare with pool noodles. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I can't tell you whether or not that's funny. I'm putting in greens in like the tops, or like a bit triangly shaped, like a bit of lumps over some bumps in the tree line to differentiate against some of the trees. Now, I think it is going quite well. Sort of Minecraft looking like, but that's okay because we're all gamers in the end. Now, that looks nice. Spare means fake battle. Oh, that'd be kind of fun, I must admit. I'm taking some of the light and I'm mixing it with even more of the dark color to have an even newer and differentiated nuance of the color. And I am sort of going around and under here in a sort of more random-ish way. It's not that necessary where they are, as long as they are sort of everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And then I will place some of them on top of these with no real goal
nor meaning, and I will take some of the darkest ones and establish a sort of ground as to where the river flows up. And this will mark where I need to put the stems of the trees, like the trunks of them. And I would want it to go a bit further up, right here in the middle, so we have sort of a small walkway, maybe on this side of the river, just being a bit cozy and nice. I'm watching this show. The art style is so bad, but I think I'm gonna force myself to keep on. Are you foreshadowing my art style, or are you talking about a Netflix show again? Because what you say sort of sounds like innuendos to what I'm doing, since you're commenting them on my stream, but maybe you're just trying to bamboozle me. The Netflix show, of course. I think I've done that to my best ability. Yeah, perhaps. Now I just need to somehow make tree trunks. I can probably use some of this brown-ish color, and I can sort of make some small-ish, big-ish lines. All the way around back here, and I can sort of choose where the trees start and where they end, which is really funny. It's not every day you're able to do such things, and I do consider myself sort of lucky. I don't know how good that'll look. I'll have to make the top part of it again and cover all these tree thingies. And so on, so forth. Precisely. And I will put in a lot more trees. A lot closer to each other and such. I think maybe if I take some of this brown as well to sort of lighten this brown, and then I can go sort of over that again and make some of them stand out a lot more. Making you a bit visually impressed by my skills. of this. But I do think it doesn't quite matter because it looks cute. Now I should take the dark green, probably have some water to give it some strength and will to live. That's kind of important. I would need to place a darker color on like top of the trees, like the tree trunks, and it is sort of opaque, which is good, so I don't completely remove the tree stems. I just sort of making a shadow on them. And I think it will be like the big pine needle trees that we have in Norway. It will look quite similar to those trees, and I am sort of impressed of myself, and that is always a good thing. Now, I would need the lighter green, but sort of not necessarily lighter. And then I will have to go over the actual tree trunks, not touching them in most shapes or form, just winkle myself on top of them. And this makes it all come together quite nicely. I must say I am impressed. And then have an even lighter one, not the one that necessarily looked like mint. And then place that on top of here. From where the sky and the ground meets. And putting it sort of everywhere. Pulling them down in certain areas. And going on about it the correct way. The way that makes it look real cute. Now I have this part left. Amazing. Now, I would sort of like to show you. I do know that if I showed you a picture, you'd agree. I can upload a link. Okay. Aren't these trees adorable? Doesn't the water look like it's sort of reflecting some of the clouds? You can upload a link. I am pretty
surprised by the depth of like the trees. It sort of make sense. I would have to do something about like the water and the foreground, but it does look really pretty. Like it has a lot of depth. It is 3 lines. You can send it in the void. Trees and shorelines. Oof. I know I am quite proud actually. And happy about myself and what I am achieving. Yes. I would. Oh yeah, Discord. Yeah, that's what I thought about. But this is really pretty. I like it. It is very lumpy, but it's not like it's moist. The painting on top has dried, but not underneath it. Maybe it just needs to air itself out, and that's why it has released the corner to release the heat, right? Oh yeah, that looks really bad. They have no similarities. They don't look like they come from the same universe at all. Like, the sky looks great. 10 out of 10. I think I destroyed something. Now it's not destroyed anymore. Now, thank you. I am glad that you agree with me. Now, I am quite uncertain how I would have to go on about the yellow building and the white one. I want this to have sort of an open look to it. I want most of this to be glass and somehow make that make sense. Maybe I can use this pencil, give myself some lines. I want to be wholesome, but the librarian says my session's over. That's good, but you should yell at her. I am trying to get some perspective lines as to so it can help me make this cafe look pretty, or like renovated. So I want this to look a bit more new and cool. I mean, and then here I can have this a bit more down and this a bit more up, I'd say, but the edge is kind of nice already, because if it's a bit more down, it makes sense that there's a window right here and it can be sort of like a balcony, and I can make some balcony things that make sense, right? That makes sense, and I can make a sort of pretty window right here with probably a underside of the thingy, but make it probably look a bit more modern, but like implying that it is older, maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, I have that sort of settled there. It's not really looking like perspective quite yet, but if the floor changing is about here, it will be about here, which is a nice space to work on. So I will have this rounded window right here, and I would want another rounded window quite right here as well, if the perspective allows that, sort of. Yeah, some magical thing that makes me able to have a nice perspective. And then however far up that one's going to go, I think they would have to be like super close to each other, and then rather have like a more empty space, and like the borders of like the mid part of it will probably be pretty. It will probably have a something of a roof, I would assume. So I will use the same brush as I have been using this entire time, and I will put in some of the yellow, and I will also put in some of the orange, and I will also put in some white. That is my pencil to make a really pretty color, probably, hopefully. I'm betting my whole entire life on this. If I'm not able to make pretty colors, I'm sort of doomed, but yeah. So we'll have all this reclaimed as a building, and I want to like have plants and benches and like things you have in society to make it look like people actually live there. I think that's a quite a good idea. Don't know if anyone's ever thought about it. I don't really like yellow because it isn't that much pigments in yellow for some reason. So it makes it sort of hard making it actually have any significant. It looks sort of shallow in those senses, but I would want to build up that thing to my best ability. Or it just dries very quick and I'm still done. That's a possibility. Now I would have to sort of make the windows. They can be about there. And I can sort of have a white column there, maybe for an entryway, perhaps. Yeah, and I would have to extend that up here so it would make sense.
makes sense, right? Mario after one weed. That's not good. That sounds dangerous. For some dumbass reason. But I am proud of you. I don't really know how to do this to my best ability, and I am constantly doubting myself. You're so proud of me. Do I cash it in? You shouldn't. They're sort of like tokens. If you can't stop, you know, if that makes sense. You are quite, in the literal senses, obligated. No. I don't know whether or not this is a nice building. It sort of looks a bit shabby, like a bit no good, a bit rough. Amazing. I am outdoing myself in very small, unrealistic ways. It's very absurd, though. There is this one comfort show that I used to fall asleep. It's very absurd, though. What is it about? Would you entertain me? What it is about? Because I don't know what it is about. Um, no, I think I should have some more yellow in it, make it a bit lighter, and then I should tap it a bit more so it is more, has the more sense of the other painting, like the other paint. So I will probably go on doing that, because something of me like trying to make an actual building didn't really sit right with me. It didn't feel like the same painting, right? That makes sense. So I will just make an entire wall, essentially. Or like at least have it sort of look like that. Has the same feel to it.
Yeah, I think what I'm doing it makes sense because I want white trims and like ish white, and I would have to lighten up these parts where the window are going anyway. So yeah, I am quite the genius, aren't I? Amazing. Now I need to do the other building as well. I think since it's like, oh, it scratched my head, but I think since there are like actually built buildings, it'll make sense why they aren't as nuanced and defined. Uh, yeah, that makes sense. It is about a senator on a spirit journey who tries to say people with astrologic show is called Xavier Ranged Angel. Why don't you let chat scratch your head? Uh, because you won't be able to do it. I am hungry, but I need to do that first. So I want this to be sort of white. I don't know how to make it sort of white, but I will have white, and I will probably have some blue and red. I will have some very small amount of this red, and then I will have this other blue here. And I will have very small amounts of this blue. But that was a lot of blue, so I will have to make just a bit more. There we go. Now it's equally. Blue and red makes pink. No, it doesn't. It makes orange. No, I mean it makes purple. But I'm trying to have a white building, right? And I can't just paint it white because that doesn't look realistic. I mean, I know it's white, but it doesn't look realistic, so I have to put in just a hint of other colors so it will look more realistic. And that does make sense. And I will have to paint this top to my best knowledge, and then I will have to have some more paint on my brush to make the edges. And then to where I have told myself I will put windows, I can put a more blue shade to differentiate. And I would have to make this edge as well. can maybe fix that with a smaller brush further on in the painting. Make all the edges make sense, or a bit clearer than in its interpretation. Now we'll have to smack some wider points in here so it is also diversified and different from like one continuous texture. So white buildings and our ancestors were blue. No, they were red because red was easier to produce than blue and white. So, that's your history lesson so far. And I would have to make this part down here as well, which I forgot. Amazing. And then I can have a bit blue in the white to make sure I differentiate against the bigger window, and so that it is like completely so that it is easier emphasized in those senses. And I really need to hide the gray pencil that I painted just on top of the canvas. Why so salmon? Question mark. Does it look like a salmon? In that case, it wasn't what I was trying to do, but I'm doing my best. And then I start to cry, and then I start to talk about how people online are so mean, and then totally overreacting because I'm hungry actually. I you keep talking about food, Anime makes me think about food, like munchy things. Um, Now I do want to have this blue over here as well, and I would have to like emphasize where the windows are going to be to brighten the space up just a tiny bit. And it's not done quite to my standard, but I am a bit uncertain on if I want this orange building. I feel like it sort of sticks out like a sore thumb in an otherwise red building, so maybe I will make it a green color, because then it sort of mixes with the trees, and then the white can mix with the clouds and such. Now that makes sense, but I want to make the like tips and tops and like the corners of these clouds a bit easier to read, so I am making some texture on them, which I do feel like they need. Sort of ish. I just felt there was something missing on the clouds, and I thought, well, I am having a very light blue in my hands. Why don't I do something about it other than just noticing it? Amazing. And we'll just do that all the way over here as well. And on top of here. And all the way right here as well. We can put a tiny amount here just to mix it sort of out, and I can put some here as well, and yeah, it'll probably be enough. I'm not that big of a fan of that cloud right there. You can have my stomach. Thank you. You know, I was thinking, what if I just go to the kitchen and make myself a slice of Nutella, and maybe you can watch my cat again. Just like this, while I make some food. Do you like the cat? Yoink. Now, I need to have you around somewhere else. I'm thinking maybe you can look at my face for a while because I need to eat. Think about that. Your cat sounds a lot like a streamer. Judgment. No judgment. I just think you should have warned me because he is amazing and you don't know real art. Talking about real art, I don't know quite how to do these houses. I mean, I need to switch that color out, of course. I am a bit uncertain of where to go from here. And if you could help me just a tiny bit, at least with the color of the building, I'm thinking light green. And then I'd have to make a railing here and put in some plants and such. Pink with a garden balcony. Probably. That could be a nice idea. I just need to eat up. I don't want you to look at me while I eat. It's okay, I'm nothing either way. Why would you laugh at me if you looked at me eat? I feel like that's a lot more mean than I was thinking about. Now, maybe if I hold you by your neck and then put you a bit like this. This is looking more equal and like correct. I don't know, honestly, being funny is hard. I don't think it's that hard. It's just sort of elementary. It's quite easy. uh, it's not that hard. I would say that maybe mildly. I um I mean, I look at the painting from a distance and I think, alright, I think the color is a lot a lot less intense as I was thinking initially, but I feel like if the other building with the terrace thing is just white, it looks very off-putting. It doesn't look like they belong, if that makes sense. Like you have a lot of different types of feelings, or like it's different shades, and it sort of ruins the dynamic if I don't do a bit intenser color on the other side, because then it wouldn't be such a problem. You haven't said moist in like 10 minutes. You are you feeling okay? I'm sorry. I'm just a bit perplexed about color theory. And I have a lot of slimy things in my throat. That's probably why it isn't. Aren't saying moist. It's because I'm not moist. It's just slime. But what if I maybe I maybe I can do something a bit radical, and I can make thinking noises. I need an intense color right here. I need to match this, so they are going together quite nicely. That makes sense, right? Right? I mean, it sounds like I was going to start to cry, but luckily I am not that stupid. And I am currently making myself a cigarette. I cry before stream. Why would you cry? I don't want you to cry. Do you need a hug? Do you need some guidance, counseling? I'm here for you. I want you to be doing okay. No. I need several. You can have at least 3 of them. I won't give you any more of them. But I think a 3 is about as good as possible. So far so good. I am currently pleased with the painting. And some emotes. Thank you. I appreciate the emotes. Amazing. I've outdone myself. Now, I don't know whether or not you want to look at my cat or come outside with me. And quite frankly, you are able to decide. So, tell me what you want. I want to smell like fresh air. I'll arrange for you to come outside with me. It'll be fun, just like old times. I want to outside. I want to smell like fresh air. Okay. Amazing. Now, I have everything I could possibly need, of course, like always. And then I can chomp you off of this. You can have another look at that. And I can remove myself to the outside world. And I do have Nutella on my lips. Amazing. I'm glad you were able to see that. Now, we're gonna smell like fresh air. It was a bit cold. I would have to use a jacket. Amazing. You've seen my cat and my mess. At least it wasn't paint. Yeah, of course. Oh, yes. There we sort of ish. At least it wasn't paint. At least it wasn't. Now, so how are you doing, guys? I am doing amazing. I needed to light my cigarette because it's tobacco, of course. Now, I am quite unsure of the painting process. I think I've emphasized that a lot. I would have to overcome my fears, which isn't the funniest thing to do. It's sort of boring. Like you don't have to do that. I'll probably figure it out, and if I don't figure it out today, we'll have to do it tomorrow as well. I do believe we will have to paint this painting tomorrow. paint on it as well as tomorrow, but it's just how much work am I going to have to do. That's the sort of iffy part, uncertain. Now, I do really like clouds. I think I have established and emphasized that quite a lot. So you probably just don't want to hear a lot about that. Blankets are just empty ghosts. Wow, the breeze is really strong. Yeah, it is. Sort of. Blankets are like kind of like that. I don't know how and to what degree, but what you are saying is somewhat correct. I don't personally, my blankets weren't once ghosts, but yeah, it happens. Now, truth be told, there is a lot of wind. It has been windy this whole entire week, and the wind is currently getting colder as well. If I was a ghost, I would haunt Jennifer Lopez. No particular reason as to why, but I would probably find someone a bit more fun, like people in power, and so they'd be like, oh no, there's a ghost in my room, and then everyone else be like, the ghosts aren't real, and they'd be kind of disappointed, and I do enjoy that. Or people in shower. You want to walk in where people are naked. I don't quite know about that. I wouldn't allow you to. I'm sorry. You shouldn't do that. For a quite particular reason. And Gutenberg is sort of having a mental breakdown. He doesn't seem to be doing quite good. Are you okay? Do you also need hugs and some sort of emotional support? I can be your psychiatrist. I need CPR. I can punch you in the chest, of course. It'll be my pleasure. Hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I am willing to enjoy it. My heart is currently doing the Simpsons theme song. That's a funny comparison. I'll keep that in mind going forward. You know the jacket that I am crocheting and making a bunch of tiny squares to? I haven't made any other squares. So possibly that'll be a long while until you see me do that ever again. Most likely. Amazing. No complaints whatsoever. No. Oh, I wanted to see you finish that. No, I wanted to make that up myself, so you should probably show us how to do it. None of that. Why is the moon a ring in Sweden? Well, I'm not in Sweden, and that is a dream catcher, so it's just a reflection of the sun. I thought it would be more filled out. You know, I would think that as well. But since I know it's not the sun or like the moon, and that I am not in Sweden, I know what you are saying is completely wrong. At least for once. I think it's a while since you have actually gotten anything wrong. And that I had to correct you in some sort of way. And that's fun. Never done before. I'm glad we can come together as a community and grow. You make me sound like a prophet. No, I don't. I make you sound like a liar currently. But I mean, we're all lying on the inside. I'm just a dude that says poop jokes. I know that, and I was tricking you in one way or another. I will now proceed on smoking another cigarette. But this one has more tobacco in it. Luckily, it's not that much of a cigarette. I want a brownie if you don't mind. You can have a brownie. I can allow you having a brownie. I'm sure that will be no problem. The neighbor removed their shaders, and it made a lot of sound, and I am not a fan, quite frankly. I don't think it's that PogChamp of them doing. And the music was set on pause, and I don't like that. There we go. Now it's actually locked. Amazing. How wonderful. Now it plays yet again. And now you are currently watching more painting. Yay. Woo. Amazing. What we've all been fucking waiting for. Now. Now, I need to pee. So you can look at this for a while.
now I am, in fact, back. What? How amazing. Your eyes are very, very what exactly? I am a bit confused as to what the fuck you're talking about, but nonetheless, I think I will make the building, this building, I want to be red. This building, I want to be green, or maybe I want that one to be a light green and this one to be red. Probably in that order, yes. So I will have, or maybe it'll be pink. That's at least what my color palette is. Maybe a smooth version of a purple, smooth hint of purple, or it'll just be very, very, very beautiful and pink. I am really proud of this color shade. So it looks like it has dried a bit, so I will be careful making this line very pretty right off the bat, and I failed. That wasn't quite as easy as I hoped it would be. And I am making extra lines unnecessarily. How amazing isn't that? Amazing. Aren't I just the absolute best? It doesn't look good quite yet. Are very green. I've been in a voice chat. How do I make gamer friends? How can she slap? Um, I don't. I don't really know. I'm sorry. Uh, that doesn't quite make sense. Uh, are you having a stroke? Can you lift up your arms? Can you smile? Can you breathe? Uh, and if you can all those things, at least you're not having a stroke. No, I want it to be a bit more watery. I will mix in a hint of blue, a bit of more of a hint of blue, because this didn't seem to be doing anything. Amazing. Now I can see a difference. And then I'll sort of integrate this lighter color on these harsh edges. Maybe I can put some dirt and such in between there and hide the fact that I'm not qualified and underpaid, way too underpaid to be doing this on a professional level. Amazing. That looks pink. You use your Discord voice, right? No, I don't. I literally have no need to use it. So, sorry for the boring answer. And now I made it a bit more purple, and I'll just put in some spots of that into this building as well. I don't know how to do the windows. My brain cries more. The more I think about it, the more my brain cries. Okay, I signed off. Oh. Okay. That happens. I forgot which color I said that would be. Maybe I said it should be like red, like hot red. Well, not like pink, but like red. So I will put a bit of Scarlet Lake and some crimson into the. That was a fucking lot. Oops. And then some pink. I mean, not pink. Maybe some white if I need it. I think that actually looks kind of nice. It does. It still look sort of pink. But that's okay. But I do want sort of white trims on the building. So I am quite unsure of how I manage to do that. I made a mistake. I dragged the red too far out, and I did not quite manage to fix it, but it's okay. I can put a pot plant over there, so it isn't showing that I did a mistake. You know, we can fix that on a later date. Amazing. Doesn't this look good? No, it doesn't. It doesn't really. Oopsie. So I think I need to establish windows, and then I wouldn't know what to do next quite really, so I would have to use this blue then. And then, I mean, tomorrow we can try to paint some uh, borders for like the type of brick brick kind of feel that I want these kinds of houses to have. I want them to have like a concrete-ish sort of ground point. And that looks straight. I mean, I wouldn't know how that looks like, but and we have another window to do. Amazing. I'm not spilling blue, I promise. Now, doesn't that look amazing? Somehow, it does look okay with the knowledge that I will fix it up more. So, I will show you the house. They're kind of red and pink, like very dominantly, but the I want
white borders around the windows, and I want it to be sort of on a pedestal at the bottom, and I want there also to be a sort of a thing on the top that indicates roof. And I also need to have some sort of rigid edge here, so it will look like a balcony. And I'm thinking that since this road will probably move about up there, this point will be about here, meaning I should probably have it as a sort of triangle with a darker shade behind here, filling up some space, and right, and then have a lighter color following this edge just a slight bit down, if that makes sense, and have the whole white border around here, making some small window, and then here will be opened. I won't have anything here. Maybe I will write some cake or bakery sort of in a circle here, emphasizing on the longer structure. And then here I'll not really do anything. I will just extend it here, and it's sort of pushed away, so it's not as in the main way. And I will have a fence here, sort of ish, as well as I'm capable of, and I will need to emphasize the sort of border here as well, and then maybe just put a pot plant in the middle here, and have some people walking, maybe looking into the cafe thingy. And I could probably have some curtains here and a plant up here, and then have some sort of tower. The cloud sort of looks like the top of the building. I don't know how I feel about that, but so far so good. I think I would also have to have a bench here to sort of fill in the space. I will have to make some flowers here. I think that would look pretty. And I will have to like straighten out this line here with water, because it sort of looks a bit wavy, and that's not what I want it to feel like and look like in those senses. And I hope you have enjoyed the stream. I have enjoyed being here, but I have to bye bye, waving, see you later. And I don't know what type of Bitmoji, I mean not Bitmoji, emote thingy that is. I am a bit confused, but essentially, goodbye, good day, and good afternoon.